So earlier today, I saw a comment on my Gnome customization video, and a user says the Gnome developers would have a meltdown if they saw you theming it like this. Looks good though. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. I thought it looked pretty good as well. But wait, then I thought, what did they mean? What did this person mean by the Gnome developers would have a meltdown if they saw me theming it like this? Well, then I found this article. Please don't theme our apps. Okay, now look, I'm going to probably sound a little harsh right now. And hey, apologies if I offend anybody. I'm not trying to do that, but shut the fuck up. Have you read this article? It's basically a fucking love letter to everybody about saying do not theme Gnome, which I just think is it almost blows my mind. I didn't even know that this existed, like, at all. They literally have a website for it. Stop theming my.app. Now, granted, they're talking more so about like the GTK themes, the icon themes, things like that. And they're not really talking about users necessarily. They're more so talking about like the developers that are theming the applications and the icons and stuff for GNOME or for GTK. That's so weird to me. You develop this quote unquote ecosystem, I guess. Not really an ecosystem, but for a lack of better terms, in the Linux community. And the Linux community is all about free and open source software. That means that if I develop something and I put it out there, anybody can take that, fork it, change it however they want, do whatever the hell they want with it because I decided to make it open source. So to have literally an open source operating system, a desktop environment, I guess, and then cry about people theming it, I don't know, it's not kind of weird. It's really fucking weird to me. And I get it. They're trying to mask it in this whole like, ooh, what you developer, you theming developers are doing is basically taking away all of our hard work that we do to give a good looking and good working operating system. I have used GNOME, just vanilla, not very long, but I have also used GNOME themed. Obviously, I have a video of theming GNOME in the Nord theme. I'll link that right up on top because it's kind of a cool video. GNOME is still buggy and shit. There's still things that go on even with just vanilla GNOME. And I'm sorry if anybody says that it's a perfect desktop environment. It's not. And I like GNOME. I used to kind of hate on it, or not hate on it, but I used to not like it all that much in the beginning. But recently I've jumped between Qtile and GNOME quite frequently recently. Because GNOME kind of just keeps pulling me back. It just works most of the time. And it also supports Wayland very well out of the box, right? But that's a different conversation. I just thought that, I don't know, I just came across this article, or literally this fucking website, and they're just basically like, oh, poor us, don't fucking theme this. Now, look, I'm sure if this video gets any traction that people are going to probably jump down my throat and tell me that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, blah, 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 and I get it. I don't exactly know what I'm talking about. I don't know what it takes to develop all of this shit, but I just think it's weird that you develop within the Linux community and then you want to cry about other people taking your desktop environment, your applications, your themes and changing them. That kind of seems like you're trying to have a walled garden here, right? Obviously not like Apple or Windows. It's not anywhere near that. But still, I mean, kind of a little bit of the same mindset. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me, I guess. And the thing is that they talk about how if you apply a different like app icon or GTK theme, things like that, and then try and get help on shit because maybe some things are broken or maybe things aren't looking the right way. Now, granted, I will say if you go and you start theming your system and stuff, that is on you. If you dive into the world of theming your desktop environment and all that, that is on you. I mean, and it's up to you if anything happens for you to fix it. Nobody else is going to fix it for you, right? I mean, or you could just say, fuck it, nuke and pave, go somewhere else. But still, I mean, that's an option as well. It's up to you. And it's just, I don't know. This is definitely a ranty video. And I kind of feel bad because I just ranted about Gnome boxes in my last video. This is not a like Gnome attack or anything like that. It's just really weird to me that you can develop an ecosystem in Linux and then complain when people are taking that and changing it. I mean, that's what Linux is all about, right? I mean, not what it's all about, but that's a huge part of it. It's open source software. Anyone has access to it. Therefore, anyone can change and do whatever the fuck they want with it. I don't know. It's just really weird to me. And this line right here in this article really just like grosses me out because this is pretty much the exact opposite of what Linux is all about, right? This is why we ask respectfully that our applications not be themed. They are built and tested for the upstream GNOME style sheet, icons, and fonts. So that's the way they should look like on people's systems. Though we could disable theming directly in our apps, we do not want to resort to this. Just by saying that, saying, hey, we don't want to resort to this, but we could do that. It's just, I don't know, that just seems so weird and seems like just the complete opposite of what Linux and the FOSS community is all about. And to say, hey, this is our idea and this is how it should look like on your system. We don't control you, we don't control your system, but we're going to control how it looks. And I just don't really like that. I think that's a really weird take, especially in the Linux community. And that's it. I don't know. I'm over here fucking bitching about a goddamn desktop environment. And really, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. I just thought it was weird. And I was wondering if any of you guys have the same thoughts on that. But yeah, shout out to Janavani 8451. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, shout out to them. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate it. And yeah, GNOME devs, if you hear this, hopefully I didn't hurt your feelings, but it is what it is, right? So, I don't know. It's Linux. Let people do what they want with their own fucking system. I appreciate the work that you do, and I have no idea the type of hard work that takes to do something like this, but still, you're in the Linux community, in the Linux space. That's kind of what the whole point of Linux is, right? All right, anyway, if you liked the video, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel more than you know. And consider subscribing because we have a bunch more content coming your way.